Good on some morning, welcome back to T3 and your tech news in 6 minutes or less. Making headlines this week: Intel launched their 10th gen kettles, their mobile CPUs get all the fancy sprinkles, AMD pulls their marketing manager out of the dung heap and wipes him down with 1000 thread count cotton, and Epic Games does a double up on being a good guy still. Kicking off with Intel and some good news from their side of life. The mobile series processors have been spotted on the 3D Mark test, pipping the 5,000 megahertz. That's right, 5 gigahertz on mobile is going to be coming out from Intel in 6-core and 8-core goodness. So these are very good results for them on their mobile, and it will probably see them be a lot more competitive in the segment. On their desktop side, however, the 10600K and 10900K benchmarks came out about a week ago, and before the dust could even settle, AMD has already teased a refresh of their 3600, 3800 and 3900, which will be sporting an XT series moniker and some core improvements, well, some speed improvements to those cores. As it stands, Intel's 10600 and 10900K were only beating those chips by single percentages, sometimes into the low doubles, about between, let's say, 5 and 10%. With these improvements now, it's going to eat up that lead considerably. And that's before the 4000 series comes out, which the information around that is looking like we are going to see the same sort of instructions per clock improvements that we saw going from the first series to the second series. While it's not a completely new chip and generation, it is going to be significantly better than their 3000 series if this is what they're going to do. Because when we went from first to second, that was a 15% generational improvement. So if they follow on that, then Intel's lead becomes, well, a bit after, and that is being teased already in September. Now, along with that, in September, AMD are looking to launch their RDNA 2 about the same time as Ampere, which is really ill-timed because they were looking at beating RTX by about 50%, at least that's what their improvements were saying. Whereas the 3070 from Nvidia has already been said to be 10% faster than the RTX 2080, which means the 3080 Ti, with the huge amount of resources that we saw on it a couple of weeks ago, is going to be an absolute monster. In other news around AMD, their B550 motherboards started to come out and flex on us, some of them looking really nice, I must say, but it was met with perhaps not quite as much enthusiasm because, as we reported last week, the B450 and X470 weren't going to support the new 4000 series processors. To which the internet quickly smacked AMD on the hand and reminded them, this is not your territory, you are not Intel, you do not get to make new chipsets every other week. Personally, I went for a why did you do this, Auntie Lisa? And I was very sad. But then on the same day we released the news episode, AMD did an about turn and decided to do the right thing from the get-go. Now though, I'm watching very closely, Auntie Lisa, but just went for you. This although does help their marketing manager dodge a bit of a bullet, and with the improved 3000 series processors and now B550 sporting PCIe 4.0 at a discount, things are looking much better for that release. In some awe-inspiring news in the local esports scene, there has been a really phenomenal campaign under the hashtag Kidney for Shares, which is for one of our own and one of the most prolific gamers in our scene, Sharon, who has been a gamer pretty much as long as I have. We're talking about, I've seen her around competitions and stuff around 17 odd years. She's been moving in and competing in teams in South Africa, not just female teams, mixed teams all over the show. She's been one of the top players in the country. She went overseas to the Copenhagen Games to win there actually with Team Karma, and this has been all marred by the fact that her kidney functionality has been lowering. She's been on dialysis and in basically the last 4 years been on a short list for a new kidney, and nothing has come to fruition. So someone decided at ATK, I actually don't know where it originated from, but decided to create an event around that where all of the streamers put up their time this weekend on Saturday and Sunday to try and raise funds for a kidney for Shares. And it's such an awe-inspiring setup from the community, and I'm just so happy this has happened for her, because the scene just would not be the same without her. Lastly, in some gaming news, Epic does a 2x good guy move, firstly by giving away Civ 6. So if you guys do want that, Civ is really cool strategy game. If you guys haven't played it, this is your opportunity to get the latest and the greatest of the Sid Meier's franchise absolutely for free on the Epic Games Store. And if that wasn't enough, they've actually given some money back based on recent game discounts. So if you bought the game in the last few weeks, I actually don't know about the time period stuff, but if you bought the game recently, they are applying refunds to your account on the Epic Games Store for you to not have bought it and then suffered the discount woes of the following week. So double up on Good Guy Gaming from Epic Games, which is actually pretty cool to see. Unfortunately though, that is all we have time for today. So keep your lives ticking and your games wrecking. We'll see you on the flip side.